Guillermo,
My friend,
how are you?
excellent, as they say.
Oh, Hellboy II, phenomenal film.
Thank you, man.
The scene in the market, the troll market, not since Star Wars in the cantina.
That's what they say.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I haven't seen such a collection of monsters and creatures since that movie, I don't think.
No, I think that we did rank up a few of those creatures, and the fact is we have a crowd of over 500 people costumed, and we have over a dozen or more creatures in fully animatronic suits, and many digital creatures. We have dozens and dozens of fairies. We have little guys that we find very funny that are called the Bogarts. And if you look in that scene, if you watch it repeatedly, you'll see a lot of little details happening in the corners of the frame.
What I really enjoyed about the film is that Hellboy, you involve Irish folklore and paganism almost inside there.
Yes.
And I thought that was such an unusual mix to challenge himself with.
Yeah, because the idea is that there is a more ancient world that perhaps Hellboy can relate to, a world that was beyond and before mankind, and a time when mankind lived in harmony with the animals and magical beings and all that, and the moment they separated, they violated a truce, and Hellboy has to choose between his allegiance to mankind or his allegiance to his non-human origins.
And specifically the scene with the forest god, there was definitely an environmental message there, and about working together in unity, about mankind treating the earth like dirt, essentially.
Yeah, the idea is the prince has a point in what he says. He says mankind had forgotten their world, forgotten their gods, and in exchange for what? Parking lots and shopping malls. And he has a point, except the methods he uses to drive his point across are not very good.
And finally, the age-old question, what beer does Hellboy like to drink? Tecate, right?
Tecate.
I've never tasted it. So.
I think it was Tecate light.
And it was driving me crazy because Kraus sounded like Stewie, a German version of Stewie.
In a way he did, but I think he actually came on his own. It was a mixture of Brian, Stewie, and Seth himself. I think he nailed it, and I am in debt with him forever, because I think that was exactly the voice that Johann Kraus needed and that I very much wanted. So I think he brought the character to life.
And I'm glad you put in some sense of humor in this movie, because you need a breather. There's so much action that I love the little moments of comedy, like the doors hitting, the locker doors hitting. I'm very funny.
Well, thank you. I think that the movie needed to have a mixture of emotional stuff, horror stuff, monsters, and comedy, and we went very much like a roller coaster between those moments. And I think comedy always eases up into the next moment, and that moment can be pretty shocking, or it can be exhilarating, and you're better prepared with a little comedy.
Such a thrill. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.